Hey,
everybody.
Yeah.
It's actually not so bad.
It's not so good.
It's not so good. I think, didn't we prop it up against your hat?
Let's try. Go ahead.
It's better.
It's sliding. It's slipping and sliding. Cancel. Yeah, there we go.
It's better.
All right, let's sit down. Let's just do this. Like sex with Kobe Bryant, this is gonna have to happen. No, I was gonna swing it around. Yeah, and then there you go.
Yeah,
look at that.
Look at that.
Now
like we're a podcast. See, we got to have all the equipment in our face.
Right. That's how you know it's really happening.
Yeah.
It's really for real.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, everybody.
And then every once in a while, we'll cut to Jim Norton. I don't know. He's the only...
Oh, I get it. I was thinking... You said Jim Norton. I was thinking of Scott Norton.
Scott.
I was like, what does Ice Train and fire have to do with all this?
No. Sam Roberts and Scott Norton.
Yes!
The tried and true wrestling podcast.
So, good morning, everyone. I, of course, am the Sussman, Rick Sussman, joined, as always, by the American Dadass, Jesse Long. Welcome, those of you who are... God damn it, Jesse. Those of you who are tuning in. They can't even see any of the accoutrement, because not only did Jesse forget our tripod, which usually at least establishes...
It might be in my trunk, but I don't have time.
establishes a reasonable shot. But, more impressively, Jesse... forgot where I lived.
I zoned out and I almost drove to your old apartment, and it's not my brightest moment.
Right.
No.
So,
it's not my brightest moment.
We might as well get on with this shit.
You got the rundown on your phone.
I do. What do we? Why don't you tell our friends what we are not sponsored by?
We are
this week?
Sponsored this week by our good friend Chad Allen. For the audio listeners, I grabbed some Faygo Red Pop because Chad really wanted it to be the drink on the Megapod.
There we go. Megapod 2, not to be confused with Megapod 3, were a bunch of bastards.
Yeah, Megapod 3. Cheaters cheat because they cheat.
Also, we're kind of jealous we weren't there. Anyway. Oh, that's sugar.
That is very sugary. Yeah. I don't hate the flavor. Let me put it this way. I'm glad Surge won.
I think it made me drool. I'm pretty sure it made me drool. Good.
It tastes like an ice pop.
It tastes like if you melted down a bunch of ice pops, like the ones that if you put in your mouth too fast, slice your face up.
Oh no, that's like dessert for me.
All right.
So we've been getting those for my kids because they're really cheap, and like even then, like if my kids want like 3 of them, like really, what does it fucking matter? But at 11,
frozen ice with food coloring.
Yeah, it's frozen ice with food coloring, with some sugar, and but it'll be like 11 o'clock, and Nikki will be like, "Can I have some ice pops?" And when she says she wants ice pops, she means she wants one of each one dumped into a cup and like chopped up and eaten as soup. Because we're adults.
Wouldn't it have been easier to just, get some food coloring for some water?
I guess. So, do you call, like, I know this was like a thing on the internet, do you call them ice pops, or do you call them like Otter Pops, or water ice, or whatever?
I'm pretty sure I call them ice pops.
Ice pops, yeah. Freezer pops.
Yeah, I think I'm old enough to know that I don't care what they're called.
Okay, there we go. Good plan.
We have a lot to do, and you always have to leave too early, so... Yes. Let's get on with it.
That said, my boss isn't going to be there today, so if I'm late, I can just say I showed up at 10.
So, let's get on with it. First, we have the quick review of the Nerd Street show that we attended a month ago.
Yeah, I figured we hadn't talked about it, so we're going to give it a quickie rundown, like, just overall thoughts. We're not going to sit there going like, and then Aspen hit Levo with a taco.
So give me your quick rundown.
I just thought it was a really fun show, honestly, for a great... It definitely... Objectively, it had sort of like the first show growing pains, but overall, it was a really fun show. I'm looking forward to more. It was, and Treehouse and Saeed was really, really good.
Yes.
The internet title match was fun. Just saying, it was a good show and highly recommend.
All right.
Do you agree? Concur?
Sure.
There we go. That's all I wanted to say.
I
didn't want to just let the show just go off and not be talked
It was
about.
a month ago, and we had an entire podcast dedicated prior to it.
That's true. Well, no, we had an entire podcast dedicated to Ron Nemi talking.
Yeah, well, that was better than what we were going to say.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you.
So, let's move on to more current events and more interesting current events at that.
Speaking of the internet.
We have a new internet champion. It's going to do that the entire time.
Yeah.
Our long-running champion, the longest reigning wrestling nerd.
The internet.
Yeah, the internet title champion has been dethroned.
He
Drennan
has.
is no more. In his stead, we have who I refer to as 2/3 Kurt Stallion, Hunter Law, and I say that with love because
Absolute best.
yeah, well, he's very much in the same vein as Kurt Stallion. He's a thin, kind of a lanky guy who you don't expect a lot out of, and then he just tears it up and beats people to death.
Yeah.
Very much in the same vein as Chuck Taylor, Kurt Stallion, all of these guys who don't look the part.
I will say at first glance, at just that first sort of cursory, like, judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And then
you watch it.
And then I watched I watched the title match between him and Drennan, and it was great.
So
on it, I will say I've only seen the internet title match from Punk Pro because I haven't had a chance to watch the rest of the show. I do want to watch it. I will watch it. But the internet title match between him and Drennan was genuinely a really great match. I hadn't seen Drennan do a really long form match in a while, and just to see those two, they put together a really great story. They put together a really great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So, I've been watching Hunter Law a lot because I'm allowed to go to wrestling shows here in Orlando. So I've been at the last few Mayhem on Mills events, including the one that was on my actual, birthday that I was at because it was my birthday. And it was literally like 5 minutes from... What's the shirt say, by the way, if you could show the audience at home? It says Big Frog, right? That's the name of your business that you basically help run, is that right, at this point, Jesse? And where is that located, Jesse?
That's located on 1792.
Right, and what's the...
That's the 1792 down the street from... It's near the Krispy Kreme. And...
Yeah. What's the through street there, Jesse?
That's also called Mills. It isn't called Mills where I am. That's my excuse.
It is literally...
It's only on the other side of the train tracks is it called Mills.
It is literally walking distance.
It's like 5 minutes. It's like a 5-minute drive from my work.
Fine. Anyway, I've seen a lot of Hunter Law, and within a day of him winning the belt, he has already elevated it to a title that people genuinely want. Yeah. That's pretty goddamn impressive.
He's... he has not had the most defenses yet, but I'm sure that will come within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's doing 2 a day.
Yeah.
Big ups to Hunter Law.
He had, this past week, he defended it in an open challenge against Saeed Al-Sabah.
What?
Yeah. Hopefully the footage of that will come soon so we can watch it and turn the lights off, shut the door, light some candles.
There's going to be tarps.
Need some tarps.
More tarps.
I did just buy a tarp.
Yeah.
I bought a tarp. And then later that day, he booked it across town to the Gulfview Event Center for a private show for Darius's 9th birthday.
Hey, Darius. Happy birthday.
Happy 9th birthday, Darius.
I'm glad our title was defended on your birthday, Darius.
And it wasn't defended on your birthday.
It's true.
It's true. And he defended against the Danny Vincent, star of the Danny Vincent Show.
Oh, of course. So big ups, of course, to Hunter Law. Follow him on social media if you don't. Interesting side note.
H-Law Wrestling, I believe, is what it is on Twitter. So there you go.
Well, if you don't know him, you can find one of his running buddies in the AOA, and that is none other than... OAO. Did I say AOA? I'm sorry.
You said AOA.
OAO. Is Snoop Strikes.
And also Troy Hollywood.
Yeah. Yes.
I
like Snoop more. There, I said it. Take that, Mayhem on Mills champion. I like Snoop more.
Is Snoop Koto Brazil in MLW?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I just want to make sure
Snoop is to Koto Brazil as Simon Grimm is to Simon Gotch.
There we go. Yeah, so... Perfect. Yes.
Is Johnny Moxley is to Dean Ambrose is to Mox. Which is an interesting segue.
Who's Dean Ambrose?
He's a guy who we're going to make a lot of money off of.
Yeah.
On residuals.
Yeah.
Let's talk about AEW Double or Nothing, because this will probably be the last time that our Supreme Overlords, Zach Romero and Maximus Chad, will allow us to discuss something that isn't WWE.
Well, no, you know what? I argue if AEW is also
if they're gonna be WCW,
if they're mainstream, if they're mainstream, then I would look at the I was gonna probably broach it early at some point, but I don't know if I consider AEW to be independent wrestling.
They have TV.
They have national TV. They have better TV than WWE does.
Not yet.
Well,
technically right now, yes.
TNT is in more homes than the USA Network
right now, but then when they go to Fox, that'll be different.
That's true. That is true. WWE will have a better deal once they move to Fox.
So I just watched the buy-in last night because it finally uploaded for free. And I've been watching little hits and misses so I really liked the buy-in, except for me it got a little too hokey.
Well, yeah, the casino battle royale was kind of silly. But I kind of liked it. It was fun.
It was. And it wasn't bad. It just was...
I will say I just about did I was watching on my phone. I just about did oh Jesus! Flipped my phone out of my hand when Joey Janela got dropped straight on his neck through a table out of the ring.
What's funny about that is
after he got a cigarette stapled to his head.
If you watch the whole match, though, Joey Janela, I guess he just likes taking neck bumps.
Yeah,
because he spikes everything.
It's true.
Like he,
or does he not know how to not take neck bumps?
Funny you should say this. I was, of course, doing my second job this morning, as I want to do. And while doing there, I found a 40-minute documentary called Please Don't Die, the Joey Janela story.
And that is the best name ever.
And it's a really good documentary. Basically, it all leads up to him taking that stuntman bump with Zandig where he almost lost his thumb. And
I did not know he almost lost his thumb.
Oh, yeah.
Of course he did. That's the one through, off a building through, 19 layer dip of,
pain. Right, but it ended
into a truck.
But it ended in a truck as opposed to when Sick Nick did it. With Zandig, sorry, gimmick infringement. And Sick Nick broke his back and can never wrestle again. Don't take bumps off buildings. There.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so...
We know some people who have done that, though. Or maybe not off of buildings, but, really close to, the top structure of buildings.
I'm trying to get Milo on the show, dude.
Yeah.
I want to go to some ball games with him. Why don't you shut the hell up?
Okay. Sorry. We don't know anybody who's done anything that dumb. Right?
Trying to see if I can get Ray to come on the show.
We can get Ray.
Show him at his house. Hey, man.
We'll just show up with all of this,
hey, speaking of this.
Oh,
hey, guys.
Podcast.
Oh, hey.
How the fuck do you know where I live?
I looked up rabies and the internet, and this is where it went. Alright, so overall, I thought Double or Nothing was fine. I did not...
neither of us have seen it.
The parts that I've seen, I liked. I thought Dusty...
As I put in our show notes, the Team Amethyst, we didn't watch this yet review.
I thought Dustin and Cody did a really great job.
Yeah.
I will say this, blasphemy as it may be, I do not think that match is worth 5 stars.
I haven't seen the match. I want to see it, but
I don't think it's worth 5 stars for its physicality. I will give you 5 stars for its emotional investment.
Yes.
So if we're going by storytelling, then sure, fine, absolutely.
Yeah. And
7.5 stars.
Yeah, and then obviously the end promo calling back to his dad, in front of God and the whole world.
Yep.
If you don't get emotional watching that, then...
It's weird that Dustin isn't allowed to make that promo, because that's twice that promo's been cut to him, and he has only been...
He's just sitting there just...
Oh, I get to hug you now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I really liked AEW. I think they've got a lot to build off of.
I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed all the... I'm liking, some of the post stuff. just get all of it. I enjoyed, even little things, showing that I feel like looking at like the two companies of AEW and WWE, I feel like AEW's on like, I hate to say it, the term that pops into my head, it sounds hokey, but I feel like AEW's on like the right side of history with wrestling. They're doing things like banning people who are transphobic in the audience, and doing sensory inclusion thing,
well,
little things that you look at them and...
What I really think is funny about AEW more than anything is I think it pisses off our buddy Leon a lot because he invented pro-wrestling.
Yeah.
With Fest. Like, that was the whole point of Fest, was it was pro-wrestling.
We need to trademark pro-wrestling.
Pro-wrestling? Just pro-wrestling, trademark, patent pending, pro-wrestling, patent pending.
Put it in an envelope, mail it to ourselves.
Yeah, patent pending. You gotta do it self-addressed, and you gotta do registered. Anyway.
Get a notary.
Notary public.
Yep.
I used to be a notary.
Did you?
Once. I like it. But I'm not over the moon about it because
it's only been one show.
I'm too cynical and I'm too old to invest any more emotion.
I would say we have both been probably mildly burned by the. There's still that little bitter taste that with AEW coming around, that the WWP left in like the back of our throats. But again. Yeah, well, I'm actually, AEW got a hell of a lot farther than the WWP ever did.
I'm more concerned about, like, we made these belts as jokes for the NXT titles.
Yeah.
But I remember feeling the way I feel about AEW, the way I felt about NXT, and to a lesser extent, completely opposite the way I felt about the AAF.
Yeah.
The American Alliance of Football. And I'm like, this is alternative, and it's different, and it's new, and it's interesting, and shit, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then when people are like, well, NXT's still going strong, you're absolutely right. NXT is still going strong, and it's amazing, and it's really great to be there live. And also, everybody who I used to know there got called up and is shitted on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So...
yeah, everybody that you knew got called up, hopefully their contracts run out soon, they can go to AEW.
Or anywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Quick segue. I watched the news update from What Culture.
Yes.
Do you know why EC3 is getting buried?
No, I haven't had a chance to watch this yet.
So this is from Uncle Dave. Uncle Dave has said that the reason why EC3 is getting so buried is they knew...
I would love to know.
They know that they knew that Dean Ambrose was on the way out.
Yeah.
They tried to book him against Nia Jax to make him look weak.
Yeah.
And then Nia got injured.
Yeah, it was like the day of the Rumble.
Yeah.
He was like, hey guys, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to renew.
So,
I'm retiring.
Yeah. So, he's got to go hang out with some orphans in Mexico. So they book him against Nia Jax.
El Generico reappeared on Twitter during AEW.
Yeah. But he's booked against Nia Jax, and he does well against Nia Jax, and Nia Jax, has to go out with an injury. So then they immediately program him against EC3 without any build-up or any reason, and the fans booed EC3. Well, no, they didn't even boo EC3.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I remember
cheered.
the time. I remember
I
remember EC3 debuting. I'm trying to remember if EC3 got a win over Dean.
He did. He did.
He got a win over Dean, and then immediately the next week, they flip flopped it.
So the fans cheered Dean Ambrose regardless, even though he was supposed to be full heel.
Yeah, this is when he was like full. I hate all you disgusting people. Blah,
so
blah, blah.
Who does Vince McMahon blame for the fans cheering for Dean Ambrose?
Obviously, it's EC3's fault.
Of course.
100%.
Of course.
Yeah.
And this is why...
It's according to his Aunt Dixie's fault.
According to Uncle Dave, this is why he's been buried. Now, it's already 9 o'clock, and we need to get a move on.
Yeah.
So, if somebody had gotten here on time, we wouldn't be so pressed.
Yep.
So, we'll talk briefly because it is the part of the show. This is the part of the show that we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank, and at first I really hated it, and now I'm not so mad at it, but that's mostly because Brock's funny.
Well, but also, the WWE figured out a way to take something that was funny that Brock did and immediately ruin it. And just overplay it to the point.
We had 2 weeks of Suplex City being organic.
This is true, yeah.
We had 1 day of
the
Brock Party.
Yeah. And then they turned it into a boombox. And apparently they announced he's cashing in on Monday now.
Well, that Paul Heyman.
But I'm sure, because WWE has a very strong track record of announcing things that are happening on regular TV. Thank you.
Yes.
And announcing things that are going to happen on TV and delivering 100%.
100%
as advertised.
100.
John Cena's in the Rumble. Braun Strowman's getting a Universal title shot. Trish Stratus is going to wrestle. Okay. I will say, I've had, it's been time to be angry about Brock Lesnar probably winning a title again, but because you would imagine he is, whenever he does cash in, he probably will win.
Sure.
Probably they're going to swerve on Monday, and he'll probably beat Kofi, and then he'll be the champion on Fox. Then Roman's going to go for the title at WrestleMania, and here we fucking are again, 3 times over. Thrice in a lifetime. There was one moment on...
Sugary.
Yeah. There was one moment on Raw. So they announced for this past Monday that Brock was going to announce who he was going to cash in against. So he comes out and they're talking, and Paul's talking for him, and then he's reading off the contract in super legalese, and then Brock's just like, he's listening to him, and he hears Paul say that he's got a year from when he wins the contract to cash in, and Paul's just like, and Paul's talking, and he just pushes the mic down, and he's like, what? I have a year?
Yeah.
And Paul's like, you don't know? He's like, I don't fucking watch this show. That was the best part of his Money in the Bank run
I was actually talking about this with my buddy Charles. I was explaining how frat boy Brock Lesnar is actually a fantastic wrinkle in his character.
I will. It feels. I look at it and I do see. It looks like Brock is in some ways invested because he's getting to have fun.
Yeah.
So you do see, because when Brock is off, it's just the worst thing ever, and he just shows up and he's just like, all right, cool.
Well, you can see Brock Lesnar the pro wrestler, and you can see Brock Lesnar the entertainer.
Yeah.
And you have to have, like, if you're going to be successful in the UFC, which he was, you have to be able to turn it on and bludgeon people to death with your bare hands, but you also have to be entertaining. Oh, God in heaven. See also Nick Diaz.
This is a burpee show.
Or Nate Diaz.
Oh, the Diaz brothers.
The Diaz brothers. They are incredibly entertaining, and they can get the job done, and I hate them, but I also love them.
Yeah.
When Brock shows up and he starts dancing and being stupid and ridiculous...
There have been a lot of memes off of that. I mean,
you gotta love that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Because, again, someone was half an hour late.
I was not half an hour late. I was like 5 minutes late.
Yeah, but it takes 5 minutes to set up the show. And then you gotta bullshit with me for 5 minutes while the show's starting. So that's 15 minutes. So usually when 2 guys get in a ring, one guy has a 50% chance to start a podcast as long as his buddy gets there on time. But when you show up, I got a 33 1/3 chance of starting the podcast on time. And then I gotta worry about if there's any cats in here, so that lowers it even further.
Our podcast this week started like a Francisco Chiazzo match. Very little start, a lot of powder in the beginning.
And to his credit, at Nerd Street Pro Wrestling, we were all very concerned that Francisco Chiazzo versus CJ O'Doyle would make our eyes bleed. It did a fine job.
It did a fine job.
It did a fine job. Everyone knew their place.
I think its place in the card helped.
Yes.
If it had come way later in the show... we'd be in a coma.
That was.
This is no discredit on CJ.
No, this was CJ doing great. This was Frankie doing Frankie. This was Ron Nemi trying to hold it together. It was fantastic, but also the powdering was substantial, and that could have gone without.
More powder than the set of Scarface.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But I felt that everyone involved were very professional, and nobody threw their weight around, unlike later in the show. Now, there is an NXT takeover tonight.
Yes.
We are going to rocket fire this. We do not spend time on this because we have actual shit to talk about in 30 minutes.
I will say I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Yes.
NXT's been great so far.
I agree, and I can't wait to watch this in GIF segments when they are uploaded by Joe-K. Or JJ, for that matter. I don't care. We'll start from the bottom up. We have Matt Riddle versus Roderick Strong. I'm so sorry, Roddy. Good night, sweet prince. I love you. Your thoughts?
Completely agree.
Okay. We have Velveteen Dream versus new NXT acquisition Tyler Breeze.
I'm looking.
Thank Christ!
I'm actually really glad that Tyler's back in NXT. It's just
they need to start accepting that NXT needs to be a brand.
I think they have. I mean, well,
they haven't.
Well, no. People not Triple H have.
Okay.
Triple H is the one who wants all these people to come back.
Yeah, just be on NXT. This is the crowd.
Tyler
level.
is officially NXT. Triple H has said
yes.
that he is, and then some others might follow suit. I think that's great.
Now
I would like to see Tyler finally win a belt.
Yeah,
and I'm really glad that he hasn't won the 24/7 title yet. Because we hadn't even mentioned the 24/7 title. Let's do whatever. It's ugly.
It's ugly, but the promotion of it and what they're doing with it.
I agree.
Fantastic.
I agree.
Until Shane McMahon. You know what? Thank you. Thank you for bringing this up. You cannot launch a 24/7 title that is supposed to be defended anywhere, at any time, any place. You cannot have R-Truth have some truly fantastic moments on Twitter, reinvent himself as a very, smart, dumb guy.
Yeah.
It just...
Doing his own version of Old Town Road.
He's so good. He's so goddamn good.
R-Truth is one of those people where you forget how good he is.
And then they go and ruin the belt.
Yeah.
And in record time.
Yeah.
In record goddamn time.
And also Roman winning the match and then immediately just disregarding the fact and just letting R-Truth win the belt again. Like that really elevates the title. Just Roman just going, okay. Just all right, I'm out of here. But
could not wait long enough to destroy the goodwill that belt had built up. All right, back to NXT.
Oh, this is doing so well. Oh, let's ruin it.
I don't think it had anything to do with that. I think the WWE, not unlike our soggy bottom president, does not think that far in advance.
That's true.
I think they say what they think, and they think what they say, and they don't give it any opportunity to permeate into the minds of actual humans.
Yeah, I agree with you. Also, it's that, it probably trickles into, the way Trump acts as well. Vince books the show for himself.
Right.
He is doing this for an audience of one, and that's why WWE is so stagnant and terrible
right now, yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. That's why one show of AEW was better than anything the main roster's done all year.
Now, we do have a ladder tag team match, which I am very sorry to hear about, because many of the following men will not be the same after this. Oney Larkin and Danny Burch, 1-2, will be taking on the Street Profits, my boys, the Undisputed Era with a guy who I guess
Zach.
I know from my gym.
Wait. Are you sorry? Oh yeah, one guy that you know.
One guy that I know from my gym, and then the Forgotten Sons. Yeah. What'd you call me? Funhouse Mirror, Bobby Fish,
yes.
Rick Sussman.
Yeah.
I don't even think I could get my eyebrow like you. So.
Yeah, you're getting it. You got it. Is that Rick Sussman or is that a gay dad at camp?
He's a really nice guy.
I know.
About 5'8". Really nice guy. Really, really awesome. Could probably kick my head from my shoulders. Really wanted an opportunity to kickbox with him because he's so good.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could kick my head from my shoulders. Who do you like as your new NXT Tag Team Ladder Match Champions?
I want the Street Profits to win, but I feel like it's going to be the Undisputed Era again. I'm not really upset about that.
I don't know. The Forgotten Sons are very MAGA friendly.
I forgot about them. I did. I forgot about that. I'm not even trying to be a pun. I'm hoping the Street Profits win. They've been around long enough. Yeah.
Poor Angelo Dawkins. He has literally been in NXT since the days of
FCW.
I was going to say specifically since the days of Derek Bateman.
Oh God, yeah. I'm hoping for Street Profits. I'd be okay with Undisputed Era again, just because.
Yeah, they're really
the whole
good.
show is centered around Undisputed Era. The Undisputed Era sort of has become this sort of new good version of the NWO, kind of where the whole show is about them.
I don't think they're the NWO. I think you're close. You're looking for.
It's they're this sort of stable that
they're a stable, and they all help each other out. And then,
maybe Evolution or something.
No, you're close. You're close with Evolution.
There's four of them.
There's four of them. Yeah. There's four members
I will say,
of the Undisputed what is it? Undisputed
Era. You're gonna break your fingers trying to do that.
Four members of them.
If you put those two fingers together, then
Look
it's
at that. There's four.
There's four.
There's four.
Well, it's obviously no secret that Triple H loves the Four Horsemen, and they've tried.
The hell you say?
No kidding. Yeah, spoilers. And they've tried to kind of recreate it a few times in WWE.
Yes.
To varying levels of success. I will say they've done a really good job.
Yes.
And the whole NXT's kind of revolved around the Undisputed Era maybe imploding, maybe not. I've enjoyed it.
I think this could be the night that they do implode. Because if this whole show is built around them and they all come away empty-handed, that's a great time.
Yeah.
Now, there is a women's title match with, I forgot she existed, Shayna Baszler, versus Io. And, hey, good for Shayna Baszler. It's
I'm hoping for Io.
Has there ever been anyone who benefited more from not being good enough, but just being just good enough than Shayna Baszler? Because she has been just sort of mediocre so long that she's become very good.
Well, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree.
She always just was like, oh, we've got to call up all of these women. We have to call up Kyrie. We have to call up oh, god damn it. It doesn't. The Iconics. I couldn't think of them.
Iconics, Ember Moon.
We have to call up all of these amazing female women. All of these amazing female talents. And then, all right, Shayna, Shayna, we're going to have you just hang out here a little bit long. Hey, she's getting really good. The hell you say? You say 3 years of developmental and somebody gets really good. I'm fucking stunned. I hate to say it because the NXT women's title used to be one of the belts I most, I cared about.
It was the NXT women's title was sort of the ECW TV title of NXT, where RVD elevated the ECW TV title to the world title level. The NXT women's title was right up there. I will say it's definitely fallen a bit.
I don't really care
through Shayna's reign. I don't want to say it's Shayna's fault.
I don't think it's Shayna's fault.
I just think they're focusing so much on the men right now that
and Shayna's a very good.
The entire show has been sort of revolving around Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
For better or for worse. And I mean, it also when you have such this deep and an interesting story of Johnny and Tommaso, and then the women's title is always going to everything else is always going to fall short.
Second or third banana. Yeah.
No. When 90% of the show is revolving around that one huge story.
I got you. Speaking of that one huge story, we have the Johnny Champion, who
your favorite NXT champion of all time.
I made a amazing inside baseball, the most insidest of inside baseball reference on Twitter yesterday, because Johnny Gargano or somebody in his ilk tweeted out the fact that he has these 3 nameplates that no one else has. He's got the United States Championship.
Or North
American, whatever. He's got the North American Championship. He's got the tag titles, and of course he's got the NXT title. And that made him the first ever Triple Crown champion. I'm like, wow, that's really good. There's a movie called Bull Durham.
Okay.
It's all about this.
I've heard of this.
It's all about this journeyman catcher who is basically brought in to, and that's Kevin Costner, to hang out with this fireball pitcher, Tim Robbins, who has got major league talent written all over him, but he's very wild, he doesn't have a lot of control, and they need Crash Davis to come in and just sort of be a pitching doctor and get this guy to calm down. In that time, he's so good at being a pitching doctor, but he never really makes it to the major leagues, but he just keeps hitting home runs because he's very good at playing baseball. And at one point, the lady that he sees wow, you only need 10 more home runs, and then you'll have the all-time record for hitting home runs in the minor league. And Crash says, yes, it's sort of a dubious distinction, don't you think? And she was like, why? It's a record. Goes, it means I've been in the minor leagues long enough to get this record.
It's true.
So when Gargano tweets out, that he's a Triple Crown champion, and I get this thought in my head, I'm like, listen, I know that I'm the only asshole who thinks that Johnny Gargano sucks. I get it. That is a Rick problem. That is not a world problem. We're all aware. But it does sort of lend this notion, you're really excited, and you should be, that you've been given the ball to run with on 3 separate occasions for 3 separate things.
Yeah.
Also, why are you still here?
Yeah, I do. Johnny is one of those people where I kind of don't want him to go, though.
Right, no, I agree. I agree.
Shudder to think what will happen.
And I absolutely agree.
I am it's terrible to say it, but I'm sort of relieved that he never got that his call up didn't actually happen.
Right.
it's terrible that Tommaso Ciampa got injured, but it's the best thing that ever happened for Johnny Gargano because it saved him from being called up to the main roster. What has happened to any of the other people that got called up from the beginning of the year?
No argument
other than
whatsoever.
Maybe Ricochet is the Ricochet is maybe the only person who's not completely just a total afterthought of everybody that's been called. Okay, and Lacey Evans, but she sucks. And she's a piece of shit. Sorry.
But I don't know how to take that. Like, yes, you've won the Triple Crown of NXT. Is that a good thing? That's all I'm saying. And yes, I know people who are friends of mine, like Tara and Kat and lots of other people, all think I'm an idiot for thinking, and Mike and Mick and everybody else, Zach, everybody thinks that I'm a moron for not liking Johnny Gargano, and that's fine. I get it, but I have opinions, and I have a radio show or an internet show.
Yeah, you have a microphone.
I have a microphone, and I have the internet, and you're listening. Let's move on to non-wrestling stuff because I don't care who wins that title. Seriously, it's just going to be a good match.
Yeah, it is going to be. The show's going to be great.
Let's talk about your Batman and my Batman. It is official.
Hashtag my Batman. This isn't going to be a not my Batman kind of thing. I can get behind it.
So Robert Patterson, formerly of the Twilight... Robert Patterson, formerly of the Twilight series. Like Pat Patterson? Formerly of the Twilight series, most notably, and also in a number of other things. Apparently he has a role in Harry Potter.
I've heard of this. How does that character end up
does well?
Yeah,
wins a whole goddamn Triwizard tournament. He was the first to touch it. Anyway,
it's true. It's true.
That's the reason why he's dead.
That's my boy.
Think about it. Think about that.
He does win, doesn't he?
He won. That's the whole reason he's dead.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Hufflepuff's doing Huffle stuff.
Yeah, this is why nobody wants to be a Hufflepuff. I told you this. I tell you this. Nobody will. The Hufflepuff, they don't talk about it. Maybe in one of these 4 books that are about to get released.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe JK will finally admit that the suicide rate in the Hufflepuff house is astronomical.
I do really need to see that, the play Puffs. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's like an off-Broadway show that it's just called Puffs, and it takes place at a certain wizarding school during a certain 4 or 5 or like 7 years, and it's just about the Hufflepuffs. While Harry Potter is happening.
So let's get your Robert Pattinson as Batman, potentially slightly homophobic, very terrible takes. Let's get him, Jesse. What do you got?
No, I think I have enjoyed Robert Pattinson. It's been long enough since Twilight that I don't look at him and go like, oh fuck, Edward is. I remember when Heath Ledger was cast as the Joker. I was like, Brokeback Joker. I get it. And then I don't look at this and go like, Twilight Batman.
It's a very easy joke to make.
It is a very low-hanging fruit. But I've seen him in other things that he's fantastic. I remember, Water for Elephants. He was that's the one that keeps on coming up.
He is
a fantastic actor.
And also, let's not forget,
he's got that sort of young Bruce Wayne kind of look to him.
Let's take a step back. So you're saying he needs to be a night-dwelling, brutish guy who's way too pretty for the appearance that he gives off.
Yeah.
And he enjoys helping people and not killing people.
Yes. And yeah.
I don't know.
I know it's not going to happen, but I've still, there's the one internet thing that I saw that just made me want for something that's never going to happen, and it was the whole Robert Pattinson as Terry McGinnis and Michael Keaton as old Bruce and do Batman Beyond, but I know that's never going to happen.
He's such fucking marks.
Fuck you. I like Batman Beyond.
I swear to God, you're one of those assholes who sees the mock-up version of the Joker before it's ever getting real. Are they really doing the Joker with?
No, I knew they weren't doing. I knew they weren't doing a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton.
Is that really happening?
No, I never thought that.
And then I get fucking tagged on it on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram by 18 people, and they all have to go, "Is this real? Is this a real thing?" No, it's not real.
I never said it was real. All I said was that I'm looking at it and go, "Oh man, I wish that was real," but I know it's not real. I know they're never gonna make a fucking Batman Beyond
fucking
movie.
marks.
I am a fucking mark. I am a Batman Beyond mark. I was young enough when it came out that it was really, really cool. And moving on. Or you talk about Robert Pattinson.
No, I love Robert. I think this is a fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
He's young, and this part of his face is important.
Yeah.
So, if I don't really have the face for Batman because this is the face for Batman that you need, and this doesn't work because I've got like the jowls and all, and jowls and
that's what we need. We need like the goatee and neck beard poking out of the cowl, just like for the man.
All right, yeah. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Did you know?
I did, but for the sake of this podcast. Do tell, Rich.
My best friend. No.
Best friend.
One of my coaches at the gym, Coach Felicia Spencer.
I met her too.
Yes. She's a very lovely person. Very sweet. Coach Felicia Spencer had her UFC debut.
She's the Phenom, right?
Yes, Phenom.
Yeah.
Felicia Fee. Had her UFC debut and was very successful against random Australian tall lady.
Did you okay. You mentioned she's your coach, right?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you said that.
She's one of my coaches.
One of your coaches.
She's not actually, if I'm honest, she coaches the little gorillas. She's not technically one of my coaches. I call her coach because she...
I mean, she was there. She was one of the people in charge of like Jungle Fit the 2 times that I went. So that's like me saying she's my coach.
There you go. Yeah. Fair enough.
But
after her very successful 2-minute dismantling of
true.
Tall Australian woman,
who shall remain nameless.
What? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Amanda something or other. Doesn't matter.
They're all named Amanda.
They sure are. She was.
That was not a dig at you, though.
I know. It was announced that her next fight in the UFC will be this year, 8 weeks, in fact.
Yeah, in mid-July, late July,
August.
Oh, I thought it was July.
It's all right, but against an opponent,
Chris Cyborg.
Yeah, against Cyborg.
Chris Cyborg.
Now, if this was 10 years ago, Chris Cyborg, I would be very concerned.
Yeah,
but this is Chris Cyborg who just got.
You would go to the jungle and you would just be like, I'm sorry.
But this is Chris Cyborg who just had Amanda Nunes rearrange her entire head.
This is true.
So in less than a minute. This is also Cyborg's going away party. This is her last match in the UFC under her current contract. Mm-hmm. People are already booking Felicia as an up and comer. They think that's
awesome.
Yeah, they think that she's got all the tools. I think she has all the tools as well. And her coaches and her trainers
knows all the tools.
Wouldn't have agreed to this match if they didn't think she had a good chance.
Yeah,
this is a huge opportunity for Coach Felicia. If she is able to get the victory over Cyborg and effectively retire her, whether she means to or not, whether she wants to or not, whatever.
You've had some coaches that have retired some people.
Well, yes. Yeah. Coach Seth, of course, Seth Petrozelli, didn't just retire Kimbo Slice. He ended an entire promotion by knocking him out. Yeah. So there is history.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jesse Long?
I know. I think that's awesome. I don't want to. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know her, or because I only ever did Jungle Fit twice, and you go to the jungle more times in a month than I've been there in my entire life. But it's still it's really cool to see that MMA person that sort of friend adjacent be this successful. So,
it's really cool.
I mean, I'm like me in the UFC. I'm just like I don't care anymore.
No, I agree.
I don't give a shit about the UFC, but I still do appreciate MMA, and so this is one of those I appreciate MMA. I just don't give a shit about the UFC.
And I understand that, and it is really kind of bizarre to see my Facebook feed a promotion for UFC 240 featuring person who I see on a regular basis. Yeah. It's a little easier now because so many of the NXT wrestlers train in the jungle.
Yeah,
but still, this is kind of like a wow moment.
Yeah.
And I hope she does well. I'm sure she'll train like the Dickens, and I will be nowhere near her during her training because I do not wish to injure her.
Yeah.
But Jesse Long,
if she needs a heavy bag, you're there.
Yeah, I'll be that heavy bag. Jesse Long, we're running out of shows, so it's time for us to move to our third and final segment of the day. Jesse,
now I will ask: Is your what's pissing you off a long one or is it a short one?
Oh, I don't know if I have one. What's pissing you off?
I've been saving this one for a week. That fucking customer is pissing me off. I will tell you a story. So we had a customer at Big Frog. I'm not gonna be at the company that I work for. At Big Frog, she wanted shirts. We pulled through in the clutch. We got the shirts done. She wore them to the event that she was super excited, super grateful. I believe on the phone when I told her we could do it, she was like, "That's fucking awesome. You guys are great. And then on the Monday after her event, she sends us an email that says that she fucked up her shirts. And she wants a full refund. We said no, because it was a custom product, and we're not going to give you a full refund because of something that was outside of our control.
Right.
And I believe it was her seatbelt scratched at the fibers of her shirt, and it messed up the print on her shirt. So we said no, but we'll gladly reprint them for you, just as a courtesy, or honestly, we'll print anything you want. Just as a courtesy, we'll print anything you want. Just we're sorry that happened. Can you bring in the shirt so we can take a look at it? We can avoid this in the future for other people. Sure. She goes, I'm not driving all around town just for some low quality prints. I want a refund. We're like, well, we're not going to give you a refund.
Right.
We're sorry.
Also, you just cursed us out. What? You're obviously not going to do business with us anymore.
Yeah.
Why would we do
and so it basically, it's like, if you want to avoid me going all over social media and telling everybody that this company is a scam, you better give me my refund. We're like, well, we're sorry, but no. So she, at which point she decides to go on our Facebook, not Twitter, or not Twitter or Instagram, but Facebook, Google reviews, Yelp, and filed a complaint with the Better Business Bureau because
Better Business Bureau is a scam, by the way.
Is it?
Oh yeah. You have to pay to be a part of it.
Okay. And basically those 4 things, because we didn't refund her 100% because she fucked up the shirts, despite the fact that we were offering to help in any other way. That's what's pissing me off.
All right.
Yeah. Nothing. There's nothing to learn from it. There's nothing to. It's just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have news.
Okay.
Customer service is a terrible way to live.
Yes.
And you're always wrong.
This is true.
No matter what you want.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'll say a similar thing happened. Something happened to another customer's order. On this one, it was my fault. It was miscommunication on my end. I messed up the print, or I messed up the design, and she was like, I need I would like a refund, and we were like, no, we can't give you a refund, but we'll give you store credit for the future. And she did the whole, like, I need a refund or I'm going to shit all over you on social media. We're like, how about store credit? And she's like, okay, that's cool. I want to keep on working with you guys. That's great. And so, I'm still bitter about it.
Okay.
And I think I'm allowed to be.
That's fine. It's your show too. You're allowed to.
Oh, fuck you! Like you've never been bitter about bullshit.
No, I don't have time to get into the many 7-layered nacho dip that is your life right now.
Yeah.
So I will just say that that's fine.
There we go.
And I'll tell you what's pissing me off this week.
What's pissing you off this week?
Having to chronicle every fucking thing I eat is.
I was curious what you're doing here.
So I have plateaued in my weight loss journey at essentially exactly 225 pounds. I just cannot get any lower than that. I can get higher than that, but I cannot get lower than that to save my life. So because of that,
Well, if you can't scan it, then you don't have to track it.
Because of that, I have started using this my fitness app thing with Under Armour.
Okay.
A bunch of racist and sexist and homophobic people. But
The Rock's got cool looking stuff.
They're actually just homophobic. Now that I think about it, not the other one. Well, maybe sexist.
I think anyway. Mostly homophobic.
Yeah. But
The Rock's still got really cool looking stuff though.
It is really annoying having to document every goddamn thing you eat and drink in order to try and maintain some kind of caloric level. It's really cool. Oh my god.
Is Faygo not on there?
No, it's on there. Yeah, 180 calories. Wow. Okay.
I think I'm going to start letting you pick the drinks on the show from now on.
Oh my god! It's all carbs!
Oh god.
Thanks, Jesse. You've effectively murdered us. So, yeah, documenting my shit and finding out stuff like that is what's pissing me off. Jesse, what did you learn?
I learned a lot of things. There have been a bunch of little moments that I was like, oh, this would be a good what did I learn this week? But I forgot them all. Honestly, it's just I learned that wrestling's got a bright, shiny future, and I'm looking forward to it with AEW.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, nothing too intricate.
Fair enough. This week I learned...
You learned that Faygo's got a lot of carbs.
Well, I learned that. This week I learned more than anything that if given the opportunity, someone will take your title and actually make it a hell of a lot better than you ever thought possible.
This is true.
What Hunter Law has done in a week's time with the internet title cannot be understated.
No, yeah, I will be forever indebted to Hunter Law and his dogs, who are friends with the title now.
Jesse, how do people want to get a hold of us? Because God knows they must have some reason
why
to.
would they want to? You can find us on Twitter at Team Hammerfist, TeamHammafist. You can find this guy at the Reed Pile. Spell the words the Reed Pile. You can find me. Not that you really don't find me at JesseTHF. We're on Facebook, which is what you're watching us on now. Facebook.com/THF. You should go to FullyGimmick.com and buy everything they have. Buy it all. Become a Patreon supporter of them. You should listen to the IndieCast. You should listen to everything. You should follow Hunter Law on the socials. And
one last thing, I'm just going to put this out into the universe, just in case anyone's listening. There should really be a Team Hammerfist pop vinyl.
They really should.
They really should. All right, for
a pop vinyl for all of Team Hammerfists.
No,
one pop
like a tag team.
Okay, yeah.
For the American Dad,
please.
Subtle. For the American Dad-ass Jesse Long, I am the Sussman, Rick Sussman, and it doesn't matter when, and it doesn't matter the time. Oh, wait, never mind. And you have been watching Team Hammerfist. Please make sure to call us at 321-76-JERKS. Love you. Goodbye.